Good morning, afternoon, or evening. I am Jeremiah, and this is my co host, Nick.
Hello, my name is Nick, and I am the co-host, as he said.
Welcome to episode 1 of the S Tier podcast. Today, we will be making a tier list about animals that we could be in a fight. I think that it would be a good idea to set the parameters of each of these fights. Um, what do you think that these would be in their natural habitats, or would there be some sort of level playing field, you know?
Well, I mean, some of them are actually aquatic, which I don't think we could survive the fight because, I mean, I could breathe underwater. No, I can't. I can
Why?
spend maybe a minute underwater before I'm just done,
What
before
do
I
you
just
mean you can't
drown.
breathe? Well, some
No,
of
I
the
can't.
aquatic ones, like I suppose, well, let's not get ahead of ourselves. If there is an aquatic one, would it be like in a shoal? Well, I guess some of them wouldn't fit in a shoal, like a shallow water. Like there's literally a whale. So I don't know if,
Okay, so maybe we just like suspend disbelief, and yeah, we can just stay underwater and fight them,
yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
guess.
I think that'd be a good idea.
Okay.
Would it be, is this a tag team? Like, is it both of us at the same time versus these animals, or is it
I
just
think it's a 1v1 because there's only one animal, so there should only be one of us fighting it.
okay? And I guess the last clarification, at least for like a general thing, would each of these represent like the different kinds? Well, I guess some of these are very specific, but some of them are a bit more broad, like I only see one picture of a fish and only one picture of like an alligator, and there's no like household animals except I think a dog. But does that account for all dogs, you know?
No, I'm thinking it's just that specific animal in the picture.
Okay. That probably
Like,
makes
their
a bit more sense.
size, their capabilities, just that animal that we see is the animal we're fighting. And we are fighting barehanded, of course. It's just mono e mono, or in this case, mono e animal.
Yes, yes. No, nothing else except just you trying to fight against the animal. I
We
think
should also explain the tiers that we have for this.
yes. So these tiers are based off of how the fight would go versus any one of these given animals. At the top, we have easy win. This would be an animal that we feel we could easily defeat. No damage sustained. Uh, Underneath that, you have they'd get a few hits in, but ultimately, I would win. Pretty much symbolizing the fact that they might be able to give us a little bit of damage, but it still would be a pretty easy fight. Um, Next would be it would be a close one, but ultimately I would win. That means that they might have a chance under the right circumstances to beat us, but uh, honestly, we still would come out on top most of the time. And then you have 50-50, and then going down is the same as at the top, but the other way around, where it could be a close one. We would probably lose. We could either get a few hits in, but we would probably lose, or we definitely would lose.
Just lose, just get eviscerated by whatever wild beast this is.
Well, some of these can't eviscerate people, but
Some of them definitely can, though. But
okay.
we'll get into
Yes.
that soon.
Yeah, exactly. Uh, so first up, we have what appears to be a lobster. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but is that lobster already cooked?
That lobster does look cooked. I'd say it's not cooked just for the purpose of whether we can fight or not, because it would be pretty easy to fight a cooked lobster.
I agree.
Now, are we fighting this one underwater, or are we just, I don't know,
Hmm.
fighting it on land? Because I
I
think we should
think
fight it in the
I think
water.
it yeah, I think it should still be a water fight because it technically is a water aquatic animal. So,
Now, it does look to be a good size, maybe 2, 3 feet long. No, not 3, 2 feet long lobster.
what do you think
But then again, it is still a lobster.
what do you think the average size of lobster is?
Me, I think it's maybe 2.5 feet long for a lobster. Maybe that's too much though.
No, I don't think
It's
that's
supposed to be
too
big
much.
lobsters.
Some of them can be like 4 feet long. Those are the monster ones though, uh, and their claws
No,
are quite powerful. On a
okay, but this one in particular, I don't think is that big. So I'd say it wouldn't be a difficult fight. you'd simply need to grab its pincers, and you've basically already won. I mean, you could probably just pull it apart actually with your hands.
if you were trying, probably. Uh, I
Personally,
think
I would put this one in easy win.
no, I don't think it's an easy one. The pincers can actually get you and kind of get a finger.
I just can't agree with that because again, it's not big. Even if it does pinch you, I don't think it would just like rip off a finger. It would probably just
You
maybe
would
go
have to
down to the
look up
bone.
the PSI of a
Yeah,
lobster.
Jamie, can you look up the PSI of a lobster's pincers?
That's copyrighted. We don't have a Jamie, unless you want to be the
Hey,
Jamie.
but it sounded like uh Joe Rogan, and I thought that was funny.
I know, but
Whatever.
we're not Joe Rogan, obviously.
Eventually, we will be. We'll become big enough. So what? You think it's a good fight? Like,
No, no,
they
no,
get
no, no,
a
no. I
hit
think,
in?
yeah, I think it's possible that they would be able to inflict damage. So I would put it in they get a few hits in.
Okay.
Now,
Yeah,
obviously,
I can agree with that. I can
I
I can live with that.
yeah, obviously, I don't think it would be like straight up boxing you. It would,
No,
but
not at
it
all.
has the potential to actually like get a
It
finger.
can damage you. Yeah, it can damage you.
Yeah. Now,
So lobster is in, get a few hits in, but ultimately we win.
yeah, I think that's fair.
Okay, let's move on. Spending too much time on this lobster.
No, no, no. It's good discussion. Uh, zebra.
A zero? I
They're
don't know. They're kind of big.
they are kind of big. Um, honestly,
It might be a coin flip actually, because it depends on how the fight actually like starts. Like
I'm
if the
sorry.
zebra, it's got it might be a coin flip actually.
No, 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 no,
If you
no.
can,
This is not a coin flip.
if you can get its like head in a hold some way, you can maybe break it. It would take a lot of effort, but this is like a fight to the death, I'd say. So you are
Okay,
going to be using all of your effort possible to take care of the zebra.
but the point is, like, say that they're in their natural habitat, African savanna. That is just flat grassland. Like, you cannot sneak up to get to a zebra
What do you mean? Lions and like tigers do it not tigers. Lions do it all the time.
because they know how to navigate it and they look like the grass. You don't look like the
How to
grass.
do what a lion does. Wait, what
Hmm?
am I wearing?
What do you? Oh, that's a good question. Um,
Because if I'm like wearing like uh savannah colored camouflage, then I could definitely sneak up on it.
I don't think you're wearing a ghillie suit.
I didn't say ghillie suit. I said camouflage. Ghillie suits are different.
They're basically the same thing.
No, they're not. They're not the same at all. Camouflage can be literally anything, but a ghillie suit specifically has materials chosen from the area around you, put into like a netting so that you can conceal yourself no matter what.
I suppose that makes sense. Um, yeah, yeah. I okay. I suppose if you were able to somehow sneak up on it, but even if you do
Even if
get
I
it,
did sneak up on it, like what am I gonna do? Like I don't have claws, I don't have sharp teeth. I can't.
the mo
This might actually be a loss, but I would definitely put up a fight against a zebra.
well, yeah. If but that's the thing. Would the zebra try and fight back, like, or would it just try and run? Because if it tries to
It would
run,
try to run. It would try to run, but we have, for the purpose of this, we're fighting. All right. There's no
yes,
running. There's no being scared. There is only fighting.
exactly. So do you
So we'd
think
have
that?
to have the zebra somehow standing its ground and fighting, which
Okay,
doesn't seem to be in character for a zebra.
no, that's not normal for a zebra. So I still think like the only way is like to try and sneak up on it and maybe get it in like a headlock or something. But even then, like I feel like trying to, mount a zebra with like no extra help and just using your pure core and arm strength to stay on to try and, like knock it out that way. I don't
Yeah,
know if
but
that
if you think about it, cowboys or rodeo clowns even they do the same thing to like bulls. They like grab them from the head and then they just wrestle them straight to the ground and just pin them. So if they can do it with like a bull, I thinking we could do it to a zebra. And then we just tire it out, and then eventually when it gets tired, we can find some way to strangle it.
uh,
So it might
I
actually be a coin flip.
no, no, I cannot put this in a coin flip. I
You really don't think yourself capable of taking out a zebra?
no, no. It's like it's similar to a horse, and those things are extremely strong.
That's true.
I think that I'd put it in, I'd get a few hits in, but I would lose because I don't think it would be close either, honestly.
Yeah, yeah, I can agree with that.
Yeah, I honestly like if
It
it's
saddens me to get beaten by like an animal that's prey in the wild, but I think it would actually beat me.
well, we may be an apex predator, but that's with the fact that we
That's
use our
because we have.
intelligence.
That's because humans develop spears, guns, bows, all kinds of weapons that just tip the scales in our favor heavily. But we're not. We're not doing that. We've got our fists, our legs, maybe even teeth if we have to.
Teeth. I don't think our teeth are gonna do
I'd
much
bite
to
the
a
zebra, all
zebra.
right. If I'm gonna lose to a zebra, I'm gonna bite something. But anyway,
Fair,
let's
but I
move on.
don't know if
Let's
it
move
would.
on. Zebra, get a few hits in, but then lose.
Yeah. The small rodent, probably
Looks to be like
chinchilla or a mouse,
no, that might be a field mouse.
field mouse. Honestly, I would put this
Step
in.
on it.
I put this in
Just
easy
step on it.
win.
Yeah, just step on it. It's
Well,
an easy win.
I'm not saying
I
that
don't
you
think
could
we need to
just.
say much.
I don't think you can just step on a field mouse. I'm saying like it could probably evade and like escape.
Can try, but I don't think it's gonna do too well.
No, exactly. Like if it's trying to just evade and escape, obviously like
There's no way for
it,
it to get a single hit in on you. Even if it did like try to bite you, that's
exactly,
just a little
exactly,
nibble. It's
exactly.
not gonna do anything.
I would agree with that.
So on the onset, if it can dodge you just stepping on it, what's its offensive capability against a human?
Not much, not much,
Not much.
if any.
I don't think we need to say much more about this. It's a field mouse. It's not a problem.
Yeah. Oh, this
All right,
next
next
one.
up. Next up is a deer. Not just a
Yeah,
deer, but a buck,
that is a buck.
which is probably gonna win. I'm just gonna say it.
Yeah, I
It's
think
like
it's
it's like the zebra again,
but
but
harder.
with pointy bits now
Yeah, I
that are
think
gonna
it's a
do some
hard.
damage.
Now, I do think we would have a better chance of actually getting to it though, because it's
True.
in the woods and
It is in the woods,
it's
so
easier
if it's
to.
gonna run, yeah,
Yeah, I think
you
it's
go
easier to get up to a deer.
definitely.
Uh, I would put it. I would put it in the same tier, but I think it's above the zebra because I think it would be slightly easier.
Yeah, I deer is smaller than a zebra, right?
I think so.
Yeah, so it's got like the disadvantage of being smaller and having a worse terrain to fight in. However, it has more offensive capability than the zebra does.
Yeah, but I feel like the only chance that you would have to actually beat it in a fight, which would be like some sort of headlock or something,
Mhm.
that disables its only off like its extended offensive capability.
Yeah, and if you can manage to like break off an antler, then you've got something that you can stab it with instead.
Yeah.
So if you can like grab
What?
it
I
around
wait,
the
wait, wait. I
antlers,
don't think you could do that with your bare hands.
well, I mean they shed their antlers every year, so it doesn't seem like they'd be too hard to break off. If you throw like your entire body weight into it, I can imagine you could
It
crack one
might go
off.
through you.
Well, if you're stupid and you're just like pushing on the tip with your body, but if you're like pushing against the side, you could probably break it. Like how sturdy is a deer's antler anyway?
I would say quite. They literally use it to fight other bucks with.
Yeah, and then the antlers like break in those fights.
That is true. Uh, but yeah, but I guess that does get. Like I said, I think it's slightly easier than the zebra.
I would say it's slightly used in the zero too. Sure,
Okay.
it's got a weapon, but if you play your cards right, you could probably use that weapon against it.
I don't know if I go that far, but I still think it's slightly easier. Okay. Next is I believe that's a iguana.
That does look like an iguana, maybe a monitor.
That is not a monitor. What? A monitor is a bird.
No, there's a monitor lizard.
I'm pretty sure it's called the monitor raptor, and I'm pretty sure that's a bird.
Yeah, monitor lizards. They exist.
What does a
Oh, they're like
monitor?
Komodo dragons.
Oh, no, that's later on. I see there's a Komodo dragon later.
Yeah. Okay. This is an iguana. This is
Yeah.
an iguana.
Has the weather been cold recently?
Yeah. If we're in Florida and it gets chilly, they just freeze and fall off trees. It's
There,
hilarious.
it's kind of an instant win right there. Honestly, I
I'm
don't this
thinking we're fighting in the tropics.
okay, in the tropics, it could probably scratch you. It could
It could probably
probably
scratch you,
it could
but
also
I don't.
probably uh it could bite, I'm pretty sure.
It could bite you, but it's not venomous. Like the most you'd be getting
No,
is
no, no,
just
it's not venomous, yeah.
they're not that big. They're maybe
No, they're
with
really
tail
not.
excluded. They're about as big as from your knee to like your foot without the tail. But with the tail, they're a lot longer.
No,
But
they're
the tail,
smaller than that even.
they could be, but they are still pretty big lizards.
I think it would be slightly easier than a lobster.
It would be easier than a lobster, yeah.
Yeah, I think it'd be
So
easier than a lobster.
it's a good fight. Yeah, it could maybe hurt you, but in the end,
Yeah.
it's still not a difficult win.
Oh boy, this next one is kind of scary. A
Got a squid.
squid. Um, okay, if it's a giant
Um,
squid,
no,
I
that's not a
th
giant squid. Giant
I
squid are way
know.
different.
Okay, okay.
That one
Um,
looks to be one of the smaller squid, maybe 2 feet long.
what? No way, that's 2 feet long.
Yeah,
That looks to be like 5 to 7 feet long.
because the background is black, but most squid aren't that big. And 5 to 7 feet long, that would be in the bounds of a giant squid. Giant squid aren't absolutely
They're
humongous like a
40
crab.
feet long.
40 feet? No, they are not 40 feet long. There's no way.
Look it up.
I'm looking it up. All right. How
I,
big
I
is?
was under the impression they were like 40 feet long.
There's no way they're giant. They can't be that big.
I mean, I don't
16
know.
feet.
Okay,
All right.
so in the middle. Call it in the middle.
The longest length of a squid on record is 43 feet. However, the arms rarely exceed 16 feet,
See?
and their heads
43.
are maybe 7.4 feet. So 23 feet long for a giant squid
Okay, okay.
on average. Yeah, they don't all grow to be 43 feet. That one just got
Yes.
lucky.
Okay, okay. Okay, good to
So
clear that up.
this squid is probably around 2 feet long. And I don't know if you've seen videos of it, but people over in Japan, they tend to eat these things whole
Yeah, yeah, that's
while they're
true.
alive.
That's true.
So what can this thing do
Shoot ink
if
at
it
you.
can just be eaten? They don't shoot it out. It just kind of like squirts out. It just kind of comes out. It's not like a weapon. It's self-defense. It just creates a smoke screen.
Do you think that it would be okay? That being said, it probably couldn't hurt you, right? Or like it's be very, very hard.
Yeah, all it has is like a little beak. Everything else is just squishy. So in the end, it if if you somehow let it bite you with its beak, it's still not gonna do any damage really. Maybe you could lose a chunk of flesh, but you can just grab the squid
That is
and like
true.
grab it really tightly until it stops moving, and then it's dead.
Um, would that be under
I think it's with the lobster.
what, the lobster? Really? You don't think it's an easy win?
It might be an easy win actually. Now that you say that,
I still
yeah,
think it's not as easy because it is an aquatic.
it's definitely not as easy as the mouse, but it is still easy.
Okay. Okay. Um, I don't think we need to talk about the next one.
I don't need to talk about the next two actually, because these two are a bit much.
I don't
The next
think
one is
I
a
literally do not
grizzly
think
bear.
there's any chance to win against a grizzly bear in any situation. Unless like no, I don't even think you
Grizzly
could
bear.
really win if it was literally just lying down. Like I don't think you could beat it at all.
Like if it was in its dormant state, because they don't actually hibernate. Bears don't actually hibernate. They just kind of go into a dormant state for a bit. Hibernation
That's
involves like body temperature dropping. Bears don't do that. So even if it
that's
is like in its dormant state during winter, you probably couldn't win. It'd just wake up eventually and maul you.
that's your scientific fact for this episode of the
That is
podcast.
your scientific fact for today.
Yes. Yeah.
Grizzly
Uh,
bear, no contest. Just
no
get washed.
contest. I don't think there's a chance. Hippopotamus, same thing. Their
Yeah,
jaws are
hippos
like
are like, what? Aren't they the most deadly animal on the planet towards humans?
um to humans. I think I've heard a statistic like that before. I do know that they have like the most powerful jaw,
Oh yeah,
or something to
that
that
could
extent.
that could probably cut you clean in half with its teeth.
Yeah,
Not even its teeth, probably just its jawbones will just tear you apart.
yeah. It's a monster, and it just kind of
And
like
they're
sits in the
fast.
water.
Their hide is tough.
Yeah.
Like I don't, you cannot beat a hippopotamus in a
Like
fight.
if
There's
you
no way.
see Moto Moto rolling up on you out of
Oh
the
yeah,
river,
you see Moto Moto, it's time to go.
it's kind of it's over for you, honestly. I don't think
Yeah,
there's any coming back.
no
N
contest.
no
Hippopotamus
no
wins
contest, no contest.
every day, all day.
Next is a sea turtle. Um, well, other than the fact that it'd be illegal, I guess most of these would be illegal to just straight up fight. Uh,
Okay. Yeah, sea turtle. Um,
I
it's
think it's a
really got no
50-50.
offensive ability.
I think it's a 50-50 though, because of attrition. I think it'd be a battle of attrition, and I think it'd be a 50-50.
I'd say it's a close fight actually, because sure, it's got ridiculous defensive ability. However, it doesn't have any way to really attack except maybe biting you with like its beak. And they're not snapping turtles, so they don't just like rah, getcha. It's just kind of a slow bite.
Wait, do you think it would be a close fight, but we win, or a close fight or we lose?
Close fight, but win. Close fight, but
Okay,
a win.
I think that makes sense actually. Yeah,
Because
that's a good point.
its arms can't go into its shell, so those are a viable target at all times to cause it to bleed out if you can somehow puncture it.
I mean, if it's just open water, still, I still think it will be mostly come down to attrition, honestly, because it can maneuver better in water than you could. But
Yeah, but animals tend to tire faster than humans do in a fight.
I don't know about that. But I agree with the placement. I agree with the placement.
Okay. Yeah, let's move on. A tiger.
I think that's winnable, but definitely not like
You
not
think you
a
can
high
win
chance.
against a tiger?
I think I could. I have a better chance than a grizzly bear.
What do you mean win against a tiger? Are you saying
What? There's a chance.
a chance for
There's a
what?
small chance to win. There's a small
A,
chance.
a chance to win against a tiger
Yeah,
when we
I think.
couldn't win against a zebra or a deer.
No. Wait. Oh, wait. Okay, I'm saying they'd be on the same tier as the zebra and deer, but at the bottom of it. Like it'll probably be the hardest of that tier. Like I
No,
still
there's
think
no way. They would tear you apart.
but you can get a few hits in first. It's not like an
No.
instant kill.
Okay, maybe if you're Arnold Schwarzenegger, you could fight it, but it's got ridiculous strength too.
I still think you could get a couple hits in before going down.
I I disagree. No way. No way.
It's not.
Ridiculous strength. Agile cat-like speed because it's a cat. Sharp, massive claws and huge teeth that would just tear you up. This thing is winning. No contest.
Um, okay, but it goes at the top of that tier. So it'd be the easiest
Okay,
from.
sure, if it makes you feel better.
Okay, I understand that that tier is kind of nebulous anyway. Like I don't. There's no chance against any of those, but
But
I
yeah, they're
still.
all just gonna win without
Yeah.
any. Yeah.
Wolf.
Okay, up next, a wolf. Now, I would say it's a coin flip
No. I think
because
we would lose.
wolves hunt in packs. Why? Because individually they're just not big enough.
I
This
still
thing is
think they
smaller
have
than
the
a deer. This
advantage.
thing is smaller than a zebra. Its only weapon is really its mouth. Its feet and its forepaws aren't really gonna hurt you much.
I still think that it has a higher chance to beat us than we do it.
No, it's a coin flip. This is 50-50 because
No, I think it's close, but we would still lose.
really your strategy is gonna be keeping its mouth away from your neck. If it gets your neck, you're done. But if you can keep its mouth away from your neck, you have a good chance.
That is
So it
true.
is indeed a 50-50 chance.
No, it's not a 50-50. It's not easy to keep it away.
Okay, but I've wrestled with big dogs before, and sure they
Have
can
they
get
tried to
you, but
kill you?
no, they haven't tried to kill me. But I have like play wrestled with them, and in the end, you can get their head into a hold, and they're powerless. They can't
Yeah.
really do anything. They're gonna
That
struggle, but
first
if
of
you
all,
hold on tight, you've got them.
it's a wolf. It's not a
It is a
household
wolf.
dog.
It's not a household dog, yes. But what separates a household dog from a wolf is the household dog is like not gonna try to kill you.
Exactly. So with the intent,
It's the intent. But I also don't intend to hurt the household dog.
well, exactly.
So what I would do to it is increased greatly compared to a household dog.
But it
And what
also
it will
is
do to me is
increased.
also increased.
Yeah, so I say it's a close fight, but you probably lose. Like
I gotta say, it's a coin flip. I think I could beat a wolf
I don't
if
think
I
it's
get the right
50-50.
startup for the fight.
I think it's more 40-60.
50-50. I'm saying 50-50. I'm staying there. I can't move anywhere below that.
Okay. Well, we'll put in 50-50. We'll put in. Uh
Okay. Is
Next is a parrot. Uh
that a parrot or a macaw? Is there a difference?
I think a macaw is the general term and a parrot is a specific kind of macaw. I could be wrong, but that's what I think it is.
I think it's a macaw.
Um I think that it could get a few hits in, but we would ultimately beat a parrot.
I don't even know if we can get a few hits in, actually.
Really? I mean, I
Yeah.
think it'd be easy because if it's flight, but
Yeah, because it's a bird, so it's made to be really light, really airy. So if you grab it with any kind of force, you're probably gonna break those hollow bones of it.
I mean, yeah, but it still could probably evade a couple, maybe get like a bite or a slash in.
Yeah, and really when it's like hovering in front of you, like its wings flapping, it's mostly intimidation. But if you see through it, there's really no
Well, yeah,
threat.
because it's not meant for like fighting, really.
No, not at all. It's just gonna fly around and eat bugs. That's its primary diet. That and fruit, which is
Yeah,
definitely not flesh. So
I'd say that I think it'd be the hardest of the second tier. I think
do
it
you think
is.
it's easier than an iguana? Or harder than an iguana, sorry.
Yeah, I think it's harder than an iguana because it can fly. I think the
Fair.
flight gives it. Uh,
That's fair.
yeah. Um. Okay, I'm just gonna come out and say it. The next one, Komodo dragon, 50-50. If it bites you, you lose.
Yeah,
But if it doesn't,
'cause
you win.
they are quite dangerous. If you've ever seen any kind of crocodile or large lizard bite its prey, and then what it does afterwards, you know these things are strong.
I 100% agree. Um. Obviously, the poison. Wait, is it poison or venom?
It would be venom, but are these ones venomous?
Well, one of them. I'm pretty sure it's the Gila monster. Gila monster. I'm pretty sure the Gila. I don't know. I'm pretty sure that's a Komodo dragon because of the forked tongue. But the Gila monster.
The Gila monster, that one has ridiculous venom.
Okay,
But
that's venom.
most monitor lizards have a mild venom.
Okay.
Wait, what are you asking?
I was just wondering which one that was, but I'm pretty sure it's a Komodo dragon.
It looks like a Komodo dragon.
Yeah, I would put that in 50-50. I think it would be slightly more dangerous than the wolf because of the lasting effects of a bite.
Yeah, yeah, I can see that. They are smaller than the wolf, so stomping attacks with your feet are gonna be more effective. So I would say that because of that, it's gonna be a winnable fight, but it is still gonna be a coin flip.
Yeah, I still think it's a coin flip.
Because as we all know, the legs are the strongest part of a human. So when you can utilize those to their fullest, the fight's gonna be way easier.
Okay. Next, a
A
lion.
lion.
I think it's definitely
That's
lose there.
equal with the tiger. It's gonna be equal with the tiger. Because
I
tigers are
agree.
actually bigger than lions.
Yes, but
So
I
we can.
still think lions are more powerful.
Ah, you've been watching too much Lion King.
Lion King. Okay, that's enough out of
Yeah.
you. Bald
Okay. So
eagle.
a bald eagle. That's gonna be a close match. These things are dangerous. Yes, these are dangerous. However, they are still birds, which
Would it
means
be
that they're
easier or
almost not
harder than a sea turtle?
harder.
I agree. Yeah, slightly
Where the
harder.
turtle has defense, this bald eagle has offense.
Yes. Okay. Next, a rhino. I think that's another instant loss.
Yeah, you can't damage it. Like, there's no way to damage it at all. So even if you could, like, evade its attacks or somehow make its offense not count, you can't hurt it. Its hide is just too thick.
Yeah, I really don't see winning against that. Penetration is not an option. You just can't do it.
Yeah, all we have is really blunt force. So
Uh,
Rhino, I would say, is slightly easier than the hippo, but harder than
yeah.
the grizzly bear.
What? Harder than the grizzly bear is the hardest.
No, hippo's the hardest.
Okay. 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 That's what I put. I revised the order there. I had the grizzly
Okay,
bear at the bottom, but I guess thinking
okay.
back. Yeah. Next, I believe that is a finch.
Is it a
S
finch?
some sort of small bird.
It's a small bird. It's a really small bird. Size of your
Uh,
fist, which coincidentally is all you would need to kill it.
I think that that would be the easiest
Easy win.
except for the mouse.
Might be the easiest, including the mouse, actually. Easier than the
No,
mouse.
the mouse is at ground. I'm telling you,
Fair.
flight gives it a little bit extra.
Slightly harder than the mouse, but then again, all you need to do to win is just grab it and squeeze tightly.
Yeah, it's still
So,
not easy to grab.
well, we have to keep in mind that this is a fight. We're forced to fight whatever it is, including like a hippo. So it makes sense that the bird is forced to fight us as well. So it's gonna come
Yeah.
at you. You just grab it while it's coming in, and you got it.
Hmm.
Or you just punch it as it comes in. Actually, that would do a lot of damage and just probably knock it out.
Yes. Okay.
Okay.
Panda. A white panda, to differentiate. They do weigh a lot. Uh, they're normally not as aggressive. I don't think they have like they don't have carnivorous teeth, do they? They're herbivores.
Pretty sure
Actually, I
they're
think they
omnivores.
yeah they're omnivores because they eat insects. My mistake. You think that you could take it out though, because they are still
No,
quite strong.
no, I don't think so.
Do you think it would be close?
No, they would not be
Really?
close.
You don't think it would be
Pan-
close?
Pandas are surprisingly dangerous.
Really?
Hmm.
So you put it what where would you put it?
Harder than the zebra.
Mm, harder than the zebra?
Yeah.
If you're accounting for weight, then sure.
All right. They might seem like these goofy little dudes that just kind of roll
They are
around and
goofy
fall off
little
stuff as
dudes.
they do. But in the end, this thing can still tear you apart with its claws, with its teeth, and just the weight.
Really? Uh, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I gotta put it harder than the zebra.
Yeah, yeah. Um okay.
Is that a
Next would
ferret?
be yeah, I'm pretty sure that's a ferret. Um I think that's the bottom of easy win. I think it's harder than a squid, but easier than an iguana.
It might actually be harder than a lobster. These things are ridiculously maneuverable.
What? Okay, but we're not going off of maneuverability. We're going off of beating it in a fight. Like, if you're going
Yeah,
off of
but it's
maneuverability,
maneuverability in the fight.
no, if you're going off of maneuverability, the flying ones are you can't beat because they fly.
I'm saying it's adding to its ability to fight you.
What can it do to fight though? Just bite and scratch.
Oh, it can bite.
It is not that powerful of a bite. Don't gaslight me.
I'm just saying, ferrets are nasty little guys. But if you think it's harder than a squid, I'll put it there. Because in the end, you would still win. Like,
Yeah,
it's still a win.
I think I'm pretty sure it's still an easy win.
Yeah, it's an easy win.
Uh, okay, next is a silverback gorilla. That's probably I'm pretty sure that's harder than a lion.
It's definitely harder than a lion. Is it harder than a grizzly bear, though?
Yes. No. Wait. Mm,
I'd say,
really?
yeah, I'd say it's harder.
Interesting. Um,
Like, you see one of these things burst into your room, like, on its rampage mode.
burst into your room. That would
You're gonna
be
scream for maybe 3 seconds before you are turned into mush.
yeah. It definitely is a loss. There is no chance
Oh, yeah,
you are
100%
not.
loss.
Next,
You can't even fight back, really.
yeah. There's no fight back. Um,
Next,
this next one, I can't. Is that an orangutan?
no, orangutans have, like, way rounder faces that kind of, like, bulge out. I don't know what that is. It's
It's
some
some
sort
sort
of
of
ape.
monkey.
No, it's an ape. Monkeys are a different breed.
Oh,
It looks to be a good-sized ape. Way smaller than a gorilla, but still
yeah.
pretty
Would it be
standing
harder
up.
than?
I'd probably put it at 4 feet tall.
I think that's a good estimate. Would that be harder than a
I think,
panda?
I think it's a loss, but get a few hits in.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's the hardest of that tier so far because there's probably like a chance, but if it's of comparable size to you, you might be able to do a little bit, even though they are incredibly strong. If you've ever seen a hairless monkey or a hairless ape, their muscles are
Yeah,
something else.
kind of ridiculous.
Yeah,
Like they don't even work out and they get that kind of stuff. It's not fair.
yeah, exactly. I don't.
So it would win, but you could hurt it.
Yeah. Next, is that a llama or alpaca?
I think it is.
Uh,
Yeah, the picture's kind of cut off. I don't know if it is for you, but I think it
yeah,
is.
it's cut off at the top. I think that'd be a close one, but ultimately you could pull it out.
I agree. Again, like with the zebra or the deer, you get it around the head, and you've pretty much got to win because
Yeah,
it's got even less offensive capability than those.
I think so too. Would it be? You think it's harder than an eagle or easier than an
I think it's
eagle?
easier than the eagle, but
Oh,
harder than the turtle. Wait, no,
okay.
no, it's easier than the eagle, harder than the turtle. Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah, okay. All right. Next is a shark. And
Not
I
just
think,
a shark. That's a great white shark.
yeah, that is a great white shark. I was going to say, are we going to say great white shark? Because if it's great white shark and it has the intent to eat you, I do not
Yeah.
think you can defeat it.
And as
However,
we said, we are fighting this thing in its habitat,
exactly.
which is the open ocean. It's a loss.
Yes, I
Now,
think it's.
how much of a loss? Let's decide.
I believe that you could punch it.
Yeah, if it like grabs your arm and starts dragging you off, you can go for the eyes with your other arm,
I thought you're
and that
supposed to
will
go
do
for the
some severe damage.
nose.
Yeah, that's to make it let go, but this thing's gonna keep fighting you.
No. If you damage the nose, that's where their sensors are. And they can't sense the electromagnetic, not the electromagnetic, the electrical impulses in your muscles.
What are you talking about? If it bites
Isn't,
your arm and it starts dragging you away, and you hit its nose. You've now got way too much blood in the water. It's gonna
that is
know
true.
exactly where you
That
are at
is
all
true.
times.
That is true.
So at least go for its eye so you can give it some permanent damage throughout its life and give it a harder fight against the next person that has to fight.
Uh, do you think that that's probably do you okay? That's definitely towards the bottom of I'd give it a few hits, but do you think it would be harder than a panda or harder than that ape? Or do you
I
think
think
it'd
it's harder
be
than the ape.
harder than the ape? Okay. Yeah, I think the
Hmm.
water has to do with that.
Definitely, because your attacks are gonna be way slower and lose all of their power in the water.
Yeah.
All right,
Okay,
next
next
up,
we have an elephant. That's probably the
that is an
hardest.
African elephant.
That's probably just the hardest one. I don't think
You
there's
have no chance.
probably the
It can
lowest
just
chance.
fall over on you, and you're done.
Yeah. It's I don't think that that's needs
This
to be
is the hardest
discussed.
one we've seen so far. This thing's winning.
Yeah, I think that could take out most of the stuff on its own tier, actually.
This thing can flip cars with ease.
Yeah.
All right, next
Okay.
we have, is
A
that a python?
snake. That is not a python. That is some garter snake.
That's not a garter snake.
Yes,
That's
it
like a
is.
boa. That might
That
be a
is not
boa.
a boa. That is not a boa. That is literally a light green snake.
Yeah, boas are light green.
They're not that skinny. Look how skinny it is. That's a small branch.
What are you talking about? That's a boa.
That is not a boa. If it's a boa, I'm putting it in. It would be a close fight, but I'd lose because boa
Yeah, just look at a
constrictors.
picture. That is a boa. That is a
Okay,
green boa.
okay.
However, that is a juvenile boa. And we did say that we're talking about the animal in the picture.
Yes, so it'd be a close one, but you would win.
No, 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 no. We're taking this thing out. Because remember, based on the shape of its head, and because I have identified as this boa, it's not venomous.
Yeah,
So
exactly, because it's a
so it's
constrictor.
gonna bite you and then try to like constrict around you, but in the end, the bite's not gonna do much damage. It's made to just hold it there, and it's gonna try to like tighten around you, but there's not enough mass in the snake to actually suffocate you or do any damage whatsoever. So you just take
Mm.
your other hand and just start like I don't know what, just tearing apart its head, and you win.
Do you think that it would be easier than an iguana?
I'm saying it's easier than a lobster.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. There's no armor or anything to defend it. Okay,
Exactly. A
next,
starfish.
a starfish. That's the easiest one. That has to be the easiest one.
It can do nothing to you. And we've already established that because we're fighting it in its habitat, which is the ocean, we can breathe. So we're just winning.
It doesn't even matter.
But
You
they are
can.
remarkably capable of regenerating.
Okay, that is not in an instantaneous fashion.
True, that's true. However, they don't really die unless you starve them out.
You
So
can
like I
still
guess
do it.
I guess just pick it up and just like take it home and it dies. I'm just being real with you. I can't
Yeah.
win.
Okay. Next, that is an alligator.
Are you sure? Might be a crocodile.
Okay, if it's a crocodile, then it's a definitely lose. But if it's an alligator, I'd put it in a close one.
Yeah, alligators are chill dudes.
Like you can
Nah.
wrestle them.
Oh wait, that is an alligator.
Yeah, okay, I
I
thought
just
so.
googled it. I have the same exact image pop up. How about that?
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Yeah, that's an alligator.
I think it would be a close fight. I think
I
as
think
long as huh?
just keep talking. I didn't want to cut you off there.
Oh, I think because like you can actually like wrestle alligators and but is wrestling just to like survive being with an alligator or is it to actually like fight?
I don't think it's to fight it. Sure, they're chill dudes, but in a fight, they are still dangerous. So I'd say it's right below the coin flip in terms of
That's
winning.
what I put it, yeah. Do
Because
we really think that
they're,
it's easier than a deer though?
yeah, because if you can get its mouth shut, it doesn't have the power to open it back up. Their closing force is way, way stronger than their opening force. So if you can get its mouth closed, you've basically already rendered it unable to attack you. And then it's just a matter of suffocating it, which will take like 20 minutes because they can hold their breath for quite some time.
Okay. All right.
So I would
Next.
say that in
Oh,
the end, because it can hold its breath so long, it might just tire you out. Maybe it'll get a breath in when you lose your grip or something. So if it'll just chill there, wrestle every now and then, get a breath, and then you're just like running out of energy slowly, and you're gonna lose your grip, and it's gonna bite you, and you're done.
yeah, that sounds. I think maybe it could be a little bit lower, but we can leave it there. Um, Next is a horse. I think that
I-
that's a definite loss.
That's a loss, but I'd say it's harder than a deer, but not quite to the level of not getting a hit in.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. But should it? Where should it go? Should it go? Do you think it's harder than a zebra? I think it's harder than a zebra because I'm pretty sure they're bigger than zebras.
Yeah, I can put it harder than a zebra. Yeah, that makes sense to me.
Is it harder than a panda?
I don't know actually.
I think it's harder than a panda still.
I think you're right. Like horses are ridiculously strong,
Yes,
and that
very
one in
much
the
so.
picture looks to be like
A
a
stallion.
good size. Like that thing's gonna that that can kick you hard.
Yeah,
So
I
I'd say
still
it's
think,
harder
uh,
than the,
but I still think
maybe
the eight.
easier than the 8. Maybe
No,
easier than the 8.
I put it easier than the eight. I put it easier than
So
the
did
eight.
I. So did I.
Okay.
That's a cheetah.
Cheetah. Uh, I, I,
Maybe
I
easier than the
think.
tiger.
Oh, I was thinking it's easier than the deer.
Really?
Okay, hear me out. They cannot normally fight back against predators. That's why they're so fast. So ooh, they must not be that offensively strong, right? But they do have claws.
They're strong too. They can carry their prey up into trees, and their prey is big boys.
Okay. You have changed my mind. You said easier than a tiger? Is that a definite loss, or do you think you could fight it a little bit?
I don't know if I can fight it actually. Actually, they're built mainly for speed. That's how they're designed.
Correct.
So in like an actual fight where you stand your ground, I'd say maybe you can get a few hits in. However, I would have to put it harder than the great white shark.
Yeah, yeah. I think that's fair because it'd be much harder to hit.
Definitely. Like it's gonna come up on you. What is it? 60 kilometers per hour? Is that how fast they go? And it can
Something
just,
right.
if
Yes.
it wants to, slam into you, and that's gonna do way more damage
Oh,
than
yeah.
its claws.
Not to mention bite you.
Yeah, and then after it's already slammed into you, which will break ribs, no doubt, it's gonna turn around and just maul you. Claws, teeth, you name it.
Yeah. I think it's still possible to hit it maybe a couple times, but I do not think
Yeah.
you would survive
If
it.
you if you try to meet its force with force, you can probably hurt it, but it's definitely it's gonna win.
Yeah. Next, we have a clownfish.
I'm gonna say this is an easy win.
I think that's
Clownfish
an
aren't
easy one
big.
too. I think that is not as easy as a starfish, but easier than a mouse.
Yeah, using the mouse. These things are not dangerous at all.
Yeah.
They cannot hurt you.
The worst it can do is go in its anemone. Anemone.
And this is a 1v1. It doesn't have backup.
Yeah, exactly.
Even then,
Okay.
an enemy is gonna sting you, but it's not gonna kill you, and it's
Yeah.
definitely not gonna disable you.
Yeah.
Be like touching I don't know, a hot skillet? No, no,
Pan?
I don't know. Hot pan? Yeah, I guess.
That's a
But not
burn,
like
not
so hot to burn you, but hot enough to hurt you.
okay. Next,
Okay, stop
that
talking about the
appears to be
enemy.
that appears to be a small cat,
That's a
house
kitten.
cat. I don't like the thought of fighting a kitten.
I don't like the thought either. It's gonna be an easy win, but I don't like the thought.
Should we just get rid of it off of this list?
We gotta put it somewhere, dude. It's on the list.
Okay,
I'm
we'll
gonna
just.
say it's maybe harder than the ferret,
I
just
put it
because
hard.
it's got
I also put it
more.
harder than the ferret.
Yeah. Okay.
But
Let's just move on. I don't like fighting
let's just
gibbons.
say it'll come back because it has 9 lives, so it doesn't actually lose.
Yeah, it's got 9 lives. It'll just come back as
Yeah.
another cat somewhere else. All right. Next up, octopus.
Octopus. Depending on what kind. Okay, if you know how to
Alan?
do it, I think that it would be slightly harder than a parrot, but easier than a sea turtle.
I can agree with that. But again, we're taking into account that we can breathe underwater, so let's discuss its actual offensive ability against you.
It doesn't have much.
No, it doesn't. Most octopus aren't that big, and this one doesn't look to be big either.
All you have to do is turn it inside out.
Yeah, true.
That's how um the hunters, I guess you could call them hunters. That's how they hunt for octopus. So they turn them inside out.
Wait, can they get to the brain then and just like destroy it?
No, I think that just instantaneously kills them. I don't think it, I think that's just it.
Oh, well, I mean, if I was turned inside out, I think I'd be dead too.
Yeah,
Okay, octopus, harder than the parrot, easier than the sea turtle. It's a
that's
good
fine.
fight. It
Oh,
it
you
can
put it as a
maybe
good fight. I put as
yeah.
a few hits.
Oh no, I put it as a good fight. Like maybe a little bit of damage against me, but I'm still winning pretty relatively easily.
Okay. Um,
Next up, that's a tiny
crab.
crab.
Uh,
That's a crab.
easy win. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
Due to its
you can
size.
actually just like smash your fingers into a shell to break it. I'm gonna put it harder than the squid, easier than the ferret.
That's exactly where I was gonna put it. Wow, that's
Hey, look
crazy.
at that. No arguments here. No need to discuss it. Crab, not that big a deal.
All right, small beagle or
That's
small
not a beagle.
dog.
That's a golden lab.
Okay. You're apparently the species expert today. Um, I think that that's harder than a parrot, but easier than an octopus.
Yeah, this one looks to be juvenile, so I would agree.
Peacock.
Actually, I think it's harder than the octopus.
The, the dog?
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah.
like my family just got a beagle puppy, an actual beagle, and it actually hurts when it bites you. Like with its little needle teeth, it hurts. So this thing
Interesting.
looks a bit older, and it is a golden lab, so it's bigger. So that thing would actually it would hurt a bit. But in the end, it's still a fight that you win.
Mm-hmm. All right,
All right.
peacock.
Um, again, it's a lot of intimidation factor, like the macaw would be, but it is a bird.
Yeah.
Birds are
Do
not
you think it would be
dangerous.
harder than the macaw because it's bigger though?
Yeah, I'd say it's harder than the macaw,
Okay.
but
Yeah.
it's still a pretty good fight, an
Yeah.
easy
Yeah.
fight.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Uh,
A sheep.
sheep.
Sheep are notoriously stupid.
Yeah. I still think it'd be harder than a peacock though, just because it has mass to it. You know?
I agree. It maybe in another universe where they're not so stupid, they could be a good fighter. But since we live in our universe, its stupidity is just detracting from any ability to fight back. So
Yeah.
yes, harder than peacock, easier than octopus.
Mhm.
Next up
Okay.
is swan.
A swan. They're
They are
probably
annoying.
yeah.
They are jerks.
Aren't they more
But
like
in the end,
geese?
they can't really hurt. Yeah, they're like geese. I think they're actually meaner than geese.
Really? I
Yeah,
would not expect
swans.
that.
And they make that annoying hissing sound.
Oh yeah, they do. Uh, ooh. Do you think it would be?
I think it might be in between the macaw and the peacock.
You think a peacock is harder? No, no.
Well,
This
take a
is in
look at its
between.
bill. All right, the peacock's bill is like pointy, but the geese, it's like rounded, so it's not gonna like be able to peck you. It's only gonna be able to bite you, and it doesn't. Wait, do they have teeth? Birds don't have teeth, do they?
Some do.
Do? Find out if a swan has teeth. Because the teeth is an important factor. Swans have beaks with serrated edges.
Mm.
Okay, so they've got serrated edges on their beaks. But again, I'd say the piercing ability of a peacock's beak gives it more of an advantage than a serrated edge to its beak.
Hmm. I'll give that to you. I'll give that to you.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate it.
I believe the next one is a barnhouse owl.
Yeah, that looks like a barn owl.
Um,
They got some sharp talons.
I think
So
that
I
this one close fight.
um yeah, but I'd say it's the easiest of the close fights, just because it's a bird,
Really?
and barn owls aren't that big.
I think it's harder than an octopus because it can fly.
Harder than an octopus. Wait, we're not talking about octopus. I thought I was talking about the sea turtle.
What?
Yeah, easier than the sea turtle, but in the close fight.
Easier than a sea turtle? Yeah, it's
Yeah.
easier than a sea turtle and easier than an octopus. Oh, wait, then that doesn't make sense. Yeah. Actually, yeah. It would be easier than both of them.
Wait, what?
Something
'Cause
tells me.
the octopus is in a different tier than the sea turtle here.
No, I put him in. There, the octopus. Okay, in the
Where'd you put the octopus?
I put okay. All these are in the third tier. It would be a close one, but I would win. Octopus, dog, sea turtle, llama, eagle.
Oh, I put the dog and the octopus in the second tier.
Oh, but it's in the same order, right?
Yeah, with the dog
Uh,
being harder than the octopus.
okay, I put the dog easier than the octopus.
Oh my word. Okay.
Wait, no, I read it wrong. No, you're right. Sorry, I read it.
Okay, I
I
think
read
they
it.
get confused here. But
Okay,
yeah, I put
same
the
order.
barn owl is the easiest one in tier 3.
I'm putting it where I have it, but it means the same.
Okay, okay. So we're settled that we can beat it, and
Yes.
it's easier than a coin flip.
Yes.
Okay,
Okay.
we're good.
Next.
Is that a humpback whale?
Yeah, I think it's just a loss. I don't think you can legitimately do anything because of its
It's not
size.
much of a fight. It's really not much of a fight. But if it swallows you, then you kind of win because you're too big for it to actually get down its throat.
Yeah, I think it's more of a battle of attrition.
So you just kind of sit there for a while, a long while, and it would suck. It would suck a lot, but I think it would just die because it can't swallow you.
Huh? No, you would.
You both die, actually. I think you both just starve to death.
Is it a 50-50?
Yeah, I think we just both die.
I think it's the hardest 50-50 though. I think there's like a 50 point, a
Well, it's a
49 point.
guaranteed death for both of us.
Not for both.
Yes, for both. A humpback whale cannot swallow a human. Its throat is like really tiny because it only eats krill and plankton and small creatures.
I'm still putting it the hardest of 50-50.
I'll put it there too, cause like you're both not gonna make it.
I don't think it's both. That's besides the point. Okay. Sea lion.
But a sea lion. Hmm. I don't know.
I don't know their offensive capabilities, honestly.
I really. Okay. Well, I've been to SeaWorld and I've seen them do their little shows.
Yeah.
They don't look like they could really take out a human.
But they do eat whole fish.
They do. So they can hurt you. I would probably put it maybe easier than the bald no, harder than the bald eagle, but not a coin flip.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I think that's fair.
Okay. Yeah, sea lions. I really don't know how tough they are in terms
Yeah,
of what you could do to them, but I think you could still win.
we could put a question mark on that one.
Yeah, it's a bit weird. That's a mallard. Next
Yes,
one is a mallard
next is a
duck.
mallard duck. Um, I think it's the hardest of the easy wins.
I agree because ducks they're they're kind of annoying, but they don't have any way to hurt you really. I think they might have little claws on their feet, but that's not a problem really.
So yeah, I agree. They're webbed feet, so it wouldn't really be that much of a threat against you at all.
Yeah, and unlike the swan, they don't even have the serrated beaks.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's an easy win, but it would be harder than a kitten, I would say.
Yeah, yeah, probably.
Okay, next up.
Cow.
Mm, that's a
I
dairy cow too.
I don't think you're winning. I
I
don't
don't think I'm
think.
winning.
I think it'd be close though,
I think it could be close because you
because
can still crush it. Or
there's.
not, you can't crush. You can't crush it. You can't crush it. It can crush you.
Yeah, I don't think it has much offense.
No, it doesn't have much offense, but it's sturdy. So it's easier than an alligator, I'd say.
Yeah, I think it's easier than an alligator too. Okay.
Okay, next up is a dolphin.
Dolphin. Mm, Dolphin is hard because they are hyper. They're not hyper. They're very intelligent and they do have teeth. I'm pretty sure.
They do have teeth, yes. Their diet
Honestly,
consists of fish, like smaller fish.
I think it's a
So
50-50.
I think I can agree with that. But where in the 50-50 is the question now.
I think in between the Komodo dragon and the whale.
I can do that. Yeah, that makes sense. All right, finally we have
Last and
what looks to be
Billy
a
Goat.
billy goat.
Honestly, I think that's another coin flip. Those
No
things are.
way. Not that one. Not that one.
What do you mean, not that one?
I'm winning.
No,
I'm
you're
winning.
not. It is
I'm
a
gonna win.
coin flip at best. Those things are strong. They are resilient. They will eat anything.
I'm tougher, man. I'm tougher. I'm winning.
Have you
While
ever
it's
heard?
busy biting my shirt, I'm gonna be busy biting its neck.
Have you ever heard of like a torture method where they like soak your feet in salt and then they put your feet in the air and just let goats come in and they lick your feet?
Yeah, but you're restrained.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is they'll do anything to win.
I'll do anything to win too. The indomitable human spirit will triumph over this goat.
I'll put it at the top of 50-50 just for your sake.
Oh no 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 no. We're going higher. We're going to a close match at least, at the very least.
Yeah, 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 yeah. I'm winking.
And if you think it's harder than a sea lion, I'll put it harder than a sea lion.
It is. It is. Oh, it is. It's a tier
But it's
harder,
not
but
a coin. It's not a coin
that's
flip.
where I'm
I'm
putting it, and that's where I'm keeping it.
no, there's no way. You can't do that.
That's
It's just a
exactly
little
what I did.
goat. It's not even one of the big goats. It's a little one. I would win.
Okay, whatever you say, buddy.
Okay, do
Anyhow,
we need to actually break this down?
huh?
Do we need to break this down? Do we need to go to offensive, defensive capabilities,
No, no,
maneuverability?
no. We'll just end it there. Leave it up for the comments to decide. I don't know
Comment.
how comments will be given or where we would see them, but we'll just say that
Or if they would even exist.
they'll probably not agree with all of this. I'm just looking at it again and I'm like, there's some questionable things. But
There are a lot of questionable things here, but
It is
if you take in
hypothetical.
consideration why we put it there, for what reason, maybe you can agree with it better.
Yes. I'll just go down the list real quick. Um, these that'll be easy wins. This is all easiest to hardest. You have starfish, clownfish, field mouse, small bird, squid, crab, ferret, small cat, and mallard. The next ones would probably get a few hits, could be damaged just a little bit, but we would still win. Iguana, boa, lobster, macaw, swan, peacock, and then sheep. These ones would probably be closer fights, but we would still win. We have octopus, small dog, sea turtle, barn owl, llama, bald eagle, sea lion. These ones are 50-50s. You have the billy goat,
No.
the wolf, the Komodo dragon, the dolphin, and the whale. These would be closer fights, but we would still probably lose. That'd be the alligator and the cow. These ones you could probably get a few hits in, but you would still lose. You have a buck, a zebra, a panda, a horse, um, an unidentified ape, a shark, great white shark, and a cheetah. And then, of course, the ones that there's no chance of winning at all. You would just pretty much instant loss on sight. Tiger, lion, grizzly bear, silverback gorilla, rhinoceros, hippo, and elephant. That is
Yeah,
the tier list for animals that we could beat in a fight. Thank you for listening. Don't know when this will be up. Don't know when the next one's coming out, but it will be up.
hopefully.
Hopefully.
This has
This
been Nick, your co-host.
and it has been me, Jeremiah, the other co-host. This has been fun.
It has been
Ha-
fun. We should do
so
this again
have a good
sometimes.
rest of your morning, afternoon, or evening, and we will see you next time.